Three people wearing Halloween masks terrorizing a family in Alexandria, Virginia, just outside Washington, D.C., late Tuesday night.
Worst nightmare.
The three apparently laughing at first, but their actions quickly becoming more sinister. From pulling on the front door,
Open the door! Open the door!
to making the motion of cutting their throat before threatening to break into the house.
I'm gonna count the chin!
Welcome back, Post-Pollock viewers. Dave Epstein here from the Post-Pollock firm. Here to wish you a happy Halloween. And I hope my happy Halloween is a little more friendly than the early happy Halloween that some creeps down in Alexandria gave to a family there. Let's see the video.
Chilling video captured on a Ring doorbell camera.
Open the door!
Three people wearing Halloween masks terrorizing a family in Alexandria, Virginia, just outside Washington, D.C., late Tuesday night.
Worst nightmare.
The three apparently laughing at first, but their actions quickly becoming more sinister. From pulling on the front door,
Open the door! Open the door!
to making the motion of cutting their throat before threatening to break into the house.
I'm gonna count the chin! If this door doesn't open, we're gonna come in! 1, 2.
I said Happy Halloween when they first came, asked them to get off the property. When they didn't, that's when I realized it wasn't a joke anymore.
Our ABC affiliate WJLA speaking with Shayla, one of those family members inside. She says the three never got into the house.
They tore the whole thing down.
She says they made their way to the backyard, destroying her fence and the screen to the back door.
They came through there, and that's how they entered to get to our door to be able to knock on the back door.
I'm not aware of incidents that have occurred this heinous before, and that's why it's so concerning.
Police in Alexandria now investigating. The chief calling this video very alarming.
But we're going to take every step once we identify them to prosecute them to the fullest extent of the law.
Investigators say what may be seen as a prank days before Halloween is no joke.
Going around to their backyard, destroying property, and transitions from a prank to a criminal offense. And we take these incidents seriously.
And the chief says his message to whoever did this is turn yourself in. Shayla says that is her mom's house. Her mom now lives in fear because they do not know who did this. Police say they have promising leads with.
Okay, folks. Well, you saw the video. This is Halloween 2025. Disturbing, obviously. To me, it looks like these are kids, whether it's a prank or whether they were taping themselves. I think if the police want to find out who they are, just start searching YouTube and TikTok and other video sites, other platforms where these kids post these things, and you may end up tracking them down. But regardless, it's incredibly disturbing to go up to somebody's home like that. They should be glad they didn't come to my home because they would have met the business end of the shillelagh. But they just went to this house, they broke the fence, they broke the gate, and they got in this woman's face. Now, what could they be charged with? Start with vandalism, making terroristic threats, and because they tried the door, you could say that they attempted to break in. They're certainly there illegally. They're there for an illegal purpose, so you could also call it trespass. But again, this is in Virginia. I believe Virginia is I think it's a stand your ground state, and I believe their laws allow somebody to protect their home when they think their home needs to be protected. I kid around about the shillelagh. I would have called the police, but there are people who would greet these guys at the door with a gun, and you got guys slitting their throat, making these gestures and statements suggesting they're there to do harm. I could see a person walking after shooting one of these kids because of the fact that they've made threats. This isn't just like a little Halloween prank. You show up with these scary masks on. You don't know who's answering the door. Things can happen. So they will be charged. I don't know whether it's a felony or they probably not. It'll probably be downgraded to misdemeanors if they catch them. But it's disturbing, if there are kids in the house, it's not the way to be. It's yet another example of how these pranks and how these idiots want to be seen as funny, and they post it, and that it's at the expense of somebody else's fear or humiliation. If it was targeted, if they went after this family deliberately, if there was something about that family, somebody they wanted to target, that could raise other implications such as intent behind it. If, God forbid, there was a racial motivation, you could call it a hate crime. I couldn't see what race the people who were visiting the house, were attacking these people were, but there's all sorts of implications. So again, kids, kids, find a better way to spend your time. Stop with these stupid pranks. Somebody's going to get hurt, or you're going to end up going to jail or having a criminal record just because you think you're doing something funny that's not funny to the people who get hit with this. Somebody had asked me when they saw this video, how does this relate to like the right of a homeowner? I touched upon that already, but how does this relate to the right of a homeowner to stand their ground, to defend themselves? Again, I think Virginia is a stand your ground state. Basically, the idea is you are allowed to stand your ground to defend yourself or your home or your property. That consideration is much stronger when you are in your home, behind the door, even on your property, but especially when you're in your home. And that allows you, in New Jersey, we don't have stand your ground. You are supposed to retreat if it is feasible without having to engage in violence, namely self-defense. Self-defense is a justification. It's a defense to a criminal charge of assault or something if you're protecting yourself. But if you have the opportunity to retreat, you're supposed to do that. Stand your ground states say, no, you don't have to retreat. You can stand your ground, say, no, I'm not letting you come into my house. I want you off my property. And they very well could have justified using weapons, firearm, a knife, a kitchen knife. Somebody comes to the door, or a shillelagh. Whatever the case may be, you're begging for trouble, especially if that law is in effect in your state. That person can come to the door and protect their home, and you are threatening them. You may think it's funny, but they're not there to go along with the joke. And if they don't know it's a joke, you can end up with a bullet in your face just because you thought you were going to make a funny video to show all your friends or post somewhere to get a lot of views. So, folks, kids, knock it off. Be smart. Leave people alone. And I hope they catch these kids, and I hope they give them a little bit more than a slap on the wrist. Maybe throw them in jail or juvie, depending on how old they are, for a little bit, just to get a taste of where these things bring you. I hope you enjoyed this video, folks. I hope you learned a little something. Look forward to seeing you next time. In the meantime, please hit like, subscribe, and please leave your comments. We will see you next time. This is Dave Epstein signing off for the Post Pollock Firm. Thank you.